Alright, what I'm going to show you is I'm going to take my little Dremel and I'm going to drill a little hole, and I've got a little bit here. You can use just a regular drill bit. We're going to drill a little hole in here on the gun. We're going to work it out a little bit. All right, let's see. Now, see, we just drill that little hole, and then let's just take another little bit that we have here, and you can do this with a sorry. You can do this with a just a regular little drill bit. Here's another one that's going to widen it just a little bit. If I can get the right colic here. The only thing about these Dremels is they there it is. That's the right colic there. When you change bits, sometimes you got to change colics because they and it's not Dremel stuff. It's some of it is other makers that I picked up pieces from, and we're just going to widen that. There we go. See? All right, see that? We've got us the barrel now. Now the next thing is I want to get that same little drill that I had. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I don't have my... Okay. Put this right here. Now what did I do with the other colic? Okay, this is it. This is the colic here that I want. And let me get my one back that I had just used, which, oh, come on, Gene. Come on, come on, come on. I'm so sorry. My eyes, I put things places, and here it is, I found it, but my eyes get all messed up. Set this down here in case I need it again. Put this colic and go back with this because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. All right. Now I'm going to go here to the underneath here, and I'm going to drill a little hole, okay? I'm just going to drill a little hole like this, okay? Alright, now I'm going to try to show you how we do this. Here's some wire that I have. Some little wire and some little snips. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the trigger, and I'm going to make the trigger guard. And I'm going to cut me off a little piece. You can get this wire at Hobby Lobby. So, and I'll stick that piece of wire in there. I'm just going to kind of bend it just a little bit. And I'm going to cut that off about right there. There we go, it's just like that. Okay? And I'm going to take it out and I'm going to bend it just a little bit more. It's kind of like that. Okay? Now what I need to do is get my super glue. I need to get my super glue, just 1 second. I'm sorry. I thought I had it with me. I'm sorry. You know, it's hard for me to show things sometimes because I don't have a I don't have a table that I work with. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just go ahead and glue that. Just turn it like that and let it set for a minute. I am so sorry. That lung. It's a beautiful day, but we've had some really bad weather and my lung is not done too well. It's had a real issue with things. Okay, now while we're doing that, we want to get the drill and we want to go. I'm sorry, I apologize. A little bit on each side of the trigger. And we want to drill a little hole here. We want to drill a little hole here. Okay? All right. Now we want to get our wire. And we want to do this. I want to cut off a piece. And we're going to actually I want to cut off a little bit more of this. It's sticking out a little bit too far. Oh, shoot. Cut off too much. All right, let me pull that out of there. Let me do it again. I apologize, I do. I tell you what, let's go ahead and just make our little guard here. Let's make our little, we're gonna put one in here. And we're going to cut off, and then we'll make our little trigger. Okay? See what I'm doing? I'm bending this thing like this. Okay? Just like this. All right. Now, that's of course too long. So we have to cut off some more. And let's try this now. Okay. See what I'm saying? See what I'm doing? I didn't get my holes exactly right, but that's all right. Let me just come and pinch this just a little bit more, like this. There we go, just like that. Okay, so let's just take our super glue and hit that and hit that, and we're going to kind of move this over here just a little like that. Okay, you see that? Now we've got our hole drilled in the middle here, and let's get another little piece of thing and just kind of bend it just a little bit. I need some real tweezers. I'm sorry, it's really hard to see here. Bending that just like that, and that's going to fit right here. And we're going to cut that off, and it needs to be cut off even more. And let's see, does it need to be cut off some more? Yes, just a little bit more. And there you go. Let's take this and put this in here, and look at that. Let me move this a little bit more with this, and look, see, there's our little trigger, and just put a little glue in there, and look at that, you've got your little trigger. All right, now let's show you how this is done. I want to let that dry, because let me show you. This goes in here and goes all the way up to here, see? But there may be a little glue in there, so I don't want to leave that in there right now. I don't want that to bond to this hand yet. In other words, I want to do a little more finishing on it. See the little trigger guard? And that's just done with a little bit of wire is all. Yeah, I'm gonna take and sand that down just a little bit. In other words, give it a little bit better. Okay, the next thing we want to do is we want to work on the jug. Which case we want to drill a little hole through this portion of the jug. In fact, let me get my, I want to even, let me get my knife. Huh, what was that? All right, let me get my knife here. I know, I hope this is not irritating to you. That's why it's real life, folks. I told you, this is real. This is real. This is, forget something, go get it, all that other stuff. A lot of people feel that's inferior, videoing and you should do this and editing and all this other stuff. Ah, that's all bull. I don't need all that. All of us, you know, we forget things. We don't have things just right. I mean, it makes for an interesting thing. Okay, let's take our Dremel, and I want to drill a little hole in this jug. we've got that little hole there, and we make it a little bit bigger. And I'll shake that a little bit more later. I'm not worried about that right now. And what that's for is that the hand, I'm sorry, the little the wire will go through that like this. Okay, and then that's going to fit through the hand, and it's all going to be like that. Okay, all right. Now the next thing we want to do, and I need to get another bit for this, is we want to drill a hole in through the jug. And let's see if I can get a bit that will do that. Now let's try. Is this going to fit this colic? I think it will. Yeah, fit it. Now what I do, I just drill a little smaller hole and then I'll work it out, in other words. Now we can go as deep as we want to, and then I kind of work that drill like that. Now look at that, see? Now, let's take another sanding bit. Gotta watch it, these things are hot. Let me take a sanding bit. And I don't know if that fits this colic or not. I think it does. Or is it the smaller one? This is the smaller one. Okay. Just showing you the little things that you do. Do 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 do. Here, let me set my knife down here. This colic, this particular colic, I have a little trouble with it fitting right, and I don't know why. There it is. Just needs a little forcing into it. Now let me show you how we take this little thing. Little sander. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to take a dowel. And here's one over here that we can cut down. Do 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 do. This is a pretty good size little dowel, but we just have to cut it down. Yeah, that's, let me see, how far is that from it? It's go quite a bit. All right, what you need to do is just not take so much off. I'm gonna go around it here. Just take a little lightly off. See if that's gonna stick in there. Look at that. That sticks in there just fine. Okay, let's do this. Whoa! What happened there? Wow, how'd that... Wow, that broke off there. That shouldn't have broke off. I wasn't putting that much pressure. You know, that's an old dowel. That may not have much strength to it anymore. Most of these dowels, they're real strong. And I'll just go ahead and finish it off like this, in other words. I tell you what. We'll put that on there like that. Let me go the bandsaw real quick and I'll just cut it off. I'll just cut it off real quick. Well, okay. A knife here.